Alright people, don't create a page on Instagram in 2018. Welcome back my friends, my name is Dominic. Usually I talk about Instagram, building up your Instagram pages, your social media pages, and you know, like always I attract you with a clickbaity title to come here, but I actually leave you with some meaningful stuff today. So today we're going to talk about why you should not actually just create your Instagram page and kind of swim around. No, the thing that you actually want to do here is to build up a sustainable long-term brand, a personal brand if you will, because it will not only, get your growth to another level, it will not only speed up your growth, it will actually also up the quality of your growth. Because that's what matters. That's basically the only thing that matters. Because, like we know, if you watch my other videos, which by the way you should, 1,000 true fans are way more important or way more valuable than, let's say, 100,000 fans that don't give a shit about you. Right, so let me get into the content of today's video. Kind of my voice starts being weird again. It's going to be a very informational. Right, so a lot of the times when I talk to people about their social media strategy and all of that, I notice that they are focusing on the wrong kinds of things. The thing that they focus on the most is they're worrying too much about their followers, to follower growth especially. You want to grow really fast. And all of that. You don't want to do that. And this is actually the wrong way to go about this. You should not want to worry about your or actually the fast growth of your followers. At least not too much, because here's the thing. What you want to focus on is you want to focus on building a sustainable brand on social media. You don't want to just put up some random channel or random Instagram profile. You want to build up a sustainable brand. A brand that people want to connect with, a brand that people want to actually engage with, follow with, a brand that have an emotional connection with, a brand that people actually want to engage with. You might actually think now, well, I don't want to make a brand. My name is Jimmy. I'm not some sort of established corporate brand like Blockbuster is. And now, let me tell you what, little Jimmy. You want to build up a personal brand, and we have kind of tackled this in some sort in other videos of mine. Today, we're actually getting a little bit deeper into that matter, because some of you guys have requested me to do a video like that. Right, so first actually, you want to stand behind your message. You want to stand behind your brand, whatever it is really, because it could be anything. A personal brand could be anything at all, but we're gonna talk about that. If you're just starting on Instagram just to become famous, just to become a influencer and all of that weird stuff, it's not gonna happen. It's most likely not going to happen because it's a hustle. I tell you that for sure. You're going to get drained in the long run if you're not standing behind that, if you don't really want that. It kind of needs to become a lifestyle actually, and especially in the beginning, people are going to actually kind of laugh at you, if you're taking your pictures all day or whatever it is that you do. But it's part of the hustle, and it actually kind of sorts out the ones that really want to do that, because those ones that really want to do that and those ones that really kind of get the idea behind it and get like what it's worth, it is worth to be kind of laughed at by some kinds of people. And of course, you want to be honest, by the way. For example, you're some sort of a guru. Don't ever become a guru, by the way. You want to teach people stuff about, for example, those Shopify guys that, some of them are cool, and I kind of know some of those guys. Some of them are really cool, but some of them actually, you can actually sense that they're not honest, that they're actually just trying to kind of fake their way onto the top, kind of get lots of people to whatever, get their products or whatever it is. And you might be able to fool people in the short run, and I see that a lot. Actually, there's some people like that wanting to become clients of our social media marketing agency, but we just don't take him because we see, okay, this guy is just trying to sell a scam, or not even scam. This guy is not honest, and people are going to sense that, at least in the long run. Actually, when talking about building a brand, it doesn't have to be a personal brand or an information brand or a coaching brand like the usuals here on Instagram and YouTube and whatever. It could be literally anything. You could just build a, for example, entertainment brand, or a musician, or rapper, or you name it, filmmaker. Anything could be a brand online. Right, next thing is number 2 probably, or number 3, I kind of forgot. I'm kind of bad with numbers, by the way, is you don't want to blatantly copy other people. For example, Sam Colder. Or should you actually? Because I made a video about that, but it's actually kind of a a different viewpoint on that. Meaning, you don't want to copy, you know, just straight up copy other people, you know, copying their style, copying whatever it is that they do. You want to have your own voice, and it's, you know, everyone has a different kind of voice. If you haven't found your voice yet, of course you should go along, try to get inspired by all these other cool people, you know, the thought leaders, and kind of take bits and pieces from their work, from their style, whatever it is, and mix them together. But you know, I'm talking about this in this other video a little bit more. So it's okay if you do that. Just don't blatantly copy others. So, but I'm sure you get that, because you guys are smart people. I've already noticed that. Another thing that you actually want to know by the ins and outs is your analytics. And you know, it kind of may sound a little bit boring at first, but you know, knowing your analytics and knowing what to do with the analytics and all of that around that, it will actually help you immensely building up your, you know, successful Instagram channel or whatever it is that you want to build up. By the way, all these things today are applicable to every other social media platform there is, because you know, that's, you know, some basic principles. And if you think you don't have an audience yet, you actually have to find one. And if you haven't found one, you have to kind of actually think about, what is my ideal audience? I always call that your one true fan, and it's basically just try to map out a guy or a girl, whatever, which you think is your ideal follower, is your ideal fan, and try to map this person out by all means. Map out like what is their ideal age, what's their occupation, what are their hobbies, what's their user behavior on you know, on the internet in general, and all of that. So for example, your one true fan is a 23-year-old girl who likes to eat cheese before going to the theater. You know, sci-fi, of course. And you know, after that, she loves, you know, some salad to take home with her on the way home, because on the way home she likes to watch, you know, YouTube a lot, and ideally salad style YouTube. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I hope you get what I mean. Like, try to map it out as thoroughly as you can, and that way you can actually craft your content around this one person, because this one person is everything you need times 1,000. Also, you kind of need to test out different forms of content, what works best with your audience, what don't they like that much, what kinds of competitors do they like, and kind of even try to analyze your competitors, seeing, okay, posts like this perform better with the audience, and our audiences kind of overlap. And you always have to split test, always test a lot, and you will, after some time, you will see like what works best. And if you found that, double down on that. One other thing that's really important to build up a successful Instagram page, actually, and I'm not talking about, you know, these, you know, reposting pages, which can be also very successful. I'm talking about a real page from a real person, a personal page, if you will, is you want to show your face into the camera. Whatever it is, you want to connect emotionally, you know, with the audience. You want to tell your stories. You want to, you know, maybe even tell like what works best. You want to tell your challenges. You want to tell like, where do you come from? Where are you going? You know, what are your challenges with your brand right now? You know, and all of that. You want to create this bond, this emotional bond between you and your audience. And even if it's just 23 people, right? Because, you know, 23 people is still a lot. And you know, by you talking about, you know, all these things into the camera, you're going to bond with those people times 100, if probably even times 10,000. If you form an emotional connection with someone, and usually the easiest way to form an emotional connection with someone is by seeing them talk, because just, you know, pictures is just a, you know, still image, but like the way that they talk, the way that they behave, the way that they shake their heads, whatever, all of that, the way their voice goes down when they speak about other stuff, you know, all of that is going to make them kind of feel connected to you. It's, you know, it's your unique self, which takes us back to the other thing. And all of these things make you bond, like I've said that probably. If it's just 23 people, it doesn't matter, right? Just think about that. Just think about 23 people in a room and you talking to those 23 people. I know lots of people who actually think this is kind of a big deal to talk in front of 23 people, right? You get that? And just think about, you have like 1,000 followers that watch your stuff. Like, just think about those 1,000 people in front of you, you know, in a room, for example, or in a hall. You know, all of a sudden, you know, these kinds of metrics that, you know, usually because on our internet, like, even 100,000 is not a lot. It's not a lot. But like, when you actually kind of think about that, it actually is a lot. And which brings me actually to the next and, you know, final part of, you know, all these building up a successful personal brand, building up a successful page, is you don't want to give up at all. At least if you're serious about that, because you never know like when your turning point's going to be. You never know when you are going to hit whatever goal you have set yourself. And I know it's going to be draining. It's going to be draining emotionally. It's going even to be draining, you know, physically and all of that. But you know, plow through that. And you know, I know it sometimes it's going to take quite some time until you get some sort of responses. You know, once the ball gets rolling, and you never know when the ball gets rolling. You know, here's the thing. Because, for example, I just talked to a client today, actually, in our office, and he was like, yeah, he's been, you know, swimming around. Did you hear that? I think the ghost is back, and I'm not joking, man. I'm not joking, because, like, there's some... Right, people, the weirdest thing has just happened. First of all, my voice is kind of weird, and I was just hearing this thing here, talking about the ghost being back, and you know, all of a sudden the recording just stopped. Well, anyway, so what I wanted to say is, like, he was just swimming around. This other client just talked to me today, in case you just started watching for whatever reason. The client talked to me that he was swimming around, you know, with a slow kind of progress, and it's not been a lot for over a year, and all of a sudden, like, hell broke loose. Like, within a week, like, everything, like, he has like so many more opportunities. Like, he has got requests, I don't know, 10 requests within a week and all of that, and all of a sudden, like, everything's different, and he doesn't have that many followers. And by the way, just thought about it, I recently talked to some other guy. Like, he always said, man, I only want to have like 2,000 bucks a month through, you know, social media, through my services that I, you know, basically get from social media. Because, you know, this basically what his dream was. And he was trying, and he was going at it really hard for, I don't know, 2 years probably. And I don't know, 3 weeks ago or something, he called me and he was like, man, I just got a client for 2,000 bucks a month. Just one client. And here's the thing, he has 300 followers on Instagram, right? So you're gonna have to get that. You don't have to have like these, you know, big followings to actually, you know, do some things, get some momentum, you know, get some responses, whatever you want to get. Sometimes it's okay if there's only one of those, how many people sees it. The right person will connect you to someone, the right person will give you opportunities and all of that. That's why social media, and that's why all of this is so great. And you know, in order to actually find only this one person, a lot easier is actually to follow these steps that I just talked about, right? So I hope you got all this info. It kind of was densely packed, I think. It's kind of a serious thing today. By the way, thanks for being actually some kind of new people here in the last couple of days. Lots of new people, welcome. My name's Dominic, by the way. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Actually, you know what? No. I got mail today from someone, and I just wanted to show you that. So let me cut back to today, actually yesterday. We're gonna do something that I've never thought would happen, at least not so fast. I got some mail, because you know, who doesn't like to get mail? I do. I'm just putting it out there, my friends. Anyway, so let's open this package. It's a backpack. Look at this. It's a backpack. So here's what it is. It's a backpack. It's actually a very cool backpack. Thanks, Yukon Acrobatics. Love you.